Kelly Hearn with Kelly Hearn Transitional Leadership, and today I am here to tell you 5 ways leading authentically as a woman will impact your leadership. We live biases, so we understand them. I have lost out on opportunities because I sounded too young, was too feminine, or was too pretty to be taken seriously on the job. And I am not alone. Every woman who leads, works, volunteers, or even just lives has different but similar experiences. Going through those biases uniquely equips us to be on the lookout for our own blind spots. It will never be perfect, but our leadership encourages diversity of thoughts, perspectives, and improved decision making. Number 2, imposter syndrome is a superpower. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I have learned so much from my imposter syndrome. Every time I have felt like an imposter, it has been the biggest indication that I need some skill development. I remember one time I was terrified to get up on a stage and speak. I remember thinking, what if they find out that I am not prepared to address this size of a crowd? And you know what? It was a legitimate fear. I had never led a group of over 200 before. And so I did need to further develop that skill. I could still walk out in courage then, even if I wasn't confident yet. But that imposter syndrome would tell me where to spend more time in the future and how I needed to get out on more and bigger stages so that I could build that skill. And your imposter syndrome is doing the very same thing. For women, that intuition is telling us where to focus and what skills to develop and what groups to get around us in the future. Number 3, strategic relationship building. Women are more naturally inclined to empathy and active listening, and this makes us fantastic relationship builders. Part of how we take action towards being better leaders and developing our skills is by creating the right squad around us. Look, we've experienced the bias and we have the intuition for our shortcomings, and we can use that to intentionally seek out the right squad to fill in those gaps. As we continue to learn from the people that we surround ourselves with and we teach them from our strengths, we're all rising with that tide. Those who work with us or report directly to us will be better off for the specifically curated network of different skills, abilities, and styles that we've created. I know that the network that I've created has been a benefit to me in innumerable ways. I know exactly who is going to cheerlead right behind me, who is going to poke holes in my plans and show me where the risks are, and who is going to get into the trenches with me. Without that squad, I couldn't be half as successful as I am today. Number 4, decisive action. Now, I know men are more often seen as the decisive sex, but I think that women can be more confident in the decisions they're making and the ability to act within them. We make decisions that people want to be part of. In my years of experience, I have made a conscious effort to never be the smartest person in the room and always be the most willing to make the decision. Now, let me explain. Once I have accounted for my biases, considered my weak spots, and curated the right network around me so that I am able to actively listen for the objective information that will help me make the decision, I can be sure that I am ready on a dime. Because everyone gets a voice and they know that I am truly listening to their perspective, they are more willing to be all hands on deck once a decision is made. It's amazing what people will put into a decision that maybe they wouldn't have agreed with right off the bat because they know that their view was heard and respected and the decision was made eyes wide open. Everybody understands why it was made and what their role is in making it successful. And finally, number 5, intentional influence. Women almost never lead by title alone. where I've heard my male counterparts say things like, I told them to do it. They should do it. Women more often start with why. We investigate why something needs to be done, why it needs to be done that way, and how that will impact us all. Our strengths in empathy and relationship building, plus a get it done attitude, is what makes us intentional influencers that have people getting more done and actually enjoying doing it. I remember one company objective that was on a particularly foreign topic to the team that I was leading. They just could not comprehend how that goal equated to their work. As I spent more time with them explaining why the company wanted to attack that goal and how it could be impacted by their specific expertise, they were hooked. They blew that goal out of the water, completely over delivering to the executives. It was an amazing example of what people can accomplish that they didn't even know they wanted to accomplish when they are led through intentional influence. And there you have it, friends. 5 ways that leading authentically as a woman will impact your leadership. Number 1, we live bias, so we understand it. Number 2, imposter syndrome is a superpower. Number 3, we are strategic relationship builders. Number 4, we take decisive action. And number 5, we are intentional influencers. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to hear more about objective and reflective leadership, come on over to kellyhearn.com.